How do I sum up the show in one phrase?
That's right, ladies! It's Moe! It's the greatest! I just can't get enough of it!
I'm not sure everyone out there would think Moe is the best way to wrap things up.
So today we're gonna discuss one of the few moes that I find myself missing after I finished it. Seriously, this video is gonna be freaking weird. Confliction, that's confliction. But if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name's Samurai Kibiji, in which I rally this community together to encourage them to be geek, be proud, be awesome. So if it's your first time here, consider subscribing and check out the channel. Now, how do I describe Maid Dragon? That's right, it has such a simple plot. The nutshell of this show. There is a girl that lives alone and she gets a dragon to become her maid, and that attracts other dragons to be people too, and it leads to a bunch of junk foolery. There you go. I mean, that's really it. For real, it's a very simple premise with a very big what factor to it being fantasy. This show is ridiculous. I know I'm a little bit late on the train about talking about this, but I just came across it and I thought I'd share my thoughts on it. This isn't gonna be as broken down and critical of a discussion as a lot of my other videos, because there just isn't much to really analyze about this show other than saying exactly what it is. It's a moe. It is moe. Even the back of the box says it, damn it. Now for the record, if you don't know what moe is, it's in a nutshell basically cute characters doing cute things. I did have a discussion and sort of review on another moe show that I liked called New Game, and I liked it, and this one, look, I don't pride myself on what I will admit being that I like this show.
Toro.
I like the show, I did, I liked it, and I'm mad that I like it. Something I will be very proud of though is that Kyoto Animation does this show, and it is gorgeous. It really shows here. I recognize that Kyoto Animation style. It's become a trait that I really recognize because they got their style. But they added a bit more sense of bubbly to this with both the visuals, and they, for some reason, have like one of the greatest 30 seconds of an animated fight I've seen. But it's not even just the visuals, they even add these bubbly sound effects that really go with the aspect that this show is cute, because they add bubbly sound effects.
Hurry up, come on! You're being too loud!
When I first started it, I kind of rolled my eyes, but then the eyes would go back. If you don't know why I'm so conflicted right now, it's because I'm not really a fan of moe. I've expressed that I don't care for fan service and I don't care for moe. There's another show I recently watched called A Place Further Than the Universe, which has been widely praised by people. If you haven't come across it, you should totally watch that. That's another discussion. I'm one of the few that I liked it. I thought it was a really good show, but I couldn't find myself to call it great because I just didn't like the presentation of it. They made it presented in such a moe way, and I just realized that rhymed, like the live recording. I couldn't find myself to love that show because I wish that it presented it with less moe, and when shows do moe, it makes me feel like, okay, can we not take this plot seriously? Here, I actually appreciated it. I mean, moe isn't gonna like draw me away from a show or anything like that. I've watched my fair share of moes before, but I just have to make it clear that it's something that doesn't draw me to a show, usually. It honestly sometimes makes me feel like I'm walking right into a trap. The thing that Maid Dragon did though, that made me enjoy it and have fun with it and be comfortable with it, which is all this show is really about, is that it became not necessarily so self-aware, but it just knew what it was trying to do. Like one of my all-time most favorite animes ever is Ouran High School Host Club. And I love that show because of how stupidly aware of what it is at first. Eventually gets more serious, but I love that show And that's a moe of guys, what the shit? Maid Dragon did something that I can't help but respect though and admire, and I think it's the reason why I couldn't help but just have fun with it and be comfy and so on, which is all what this show is really gonna do. At least for me, anyways. It's one of the most like self-directed and aware moe shows I've seen next to Ouran High School Host Club. And Ouran High School Host Club is like one of my all-time favorite animes. When it comes to pure comedy, Nichijou is another show that's incredibly self-aware of what it is, and for that reason, it became so ridiculously comedic to me, and I love that show too. And Maid Dragon does this in a way that isn't necessarily about being self-aware. It's not like it makes fun of itself, but it's like Kyoto Animation knew what they wanted to do with this show, so they just went all out with doing it. And because they did that, it feels incredibly comfy and light, and I liked it. It's seriously a love-hate relationship. Nisekoi, still to this day, Nisekoi is the biggest love-hate relationship I have ever had with a show. And this show as well has things about it that I don't like, but I can't help but accept it's part of it, and it's what makes it it. For instance, there is fan service moments that make me go, this crap is not good. It will never be good. And there's characters with incredibly sudden arcs, like on their personality and stuff that you get to know them briefly, but the show ain't about being serious, boy. No, it is not. As I watched it, I just grew to accept the show for what it was, which is just, you know, to make you feel good and have a story involving fantasy in a way that just makes you feel good, and it's presented in the cutest fashion possible, and it makes you smile and laugh, and why the hell did I like this crap? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being so aggressive. The show is legit good. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that I really did like the show. It's just, it goes against my personal codes, if you will. I mostly just respect Kyoto Animation for doing what they did with the show and the voice actors and so on. Like, they all knew that they just wanted to make a show that made people feel good, and that was the purpose of it. Even the OP, by the way, I couldn't help but listen to the OP like 20 times within one day. I seriously did. I had that crap on loop. I worked out to that shit. It's super lighthearted and just makes you feel good. I can't really describe, you know, why I liked it and thought it was good. Once you get 2 episodes in, you're done for. You're done. You're watching this show. You know why? Because by 2 episodes in, you've met Kana. And once you meet Kana, well, you're screwed.
You're so cute, I just want to hug you forever!
Overall, I couldn't help but watch this whole thing. It really is comedic, cute, and funny, and even like great animation. It's just a light-hearted time, and that's the goal of it. It's not meant to be something super dramatic or flushed out characters and so on. Maybe as it goes you might, but overall the show does what it's set out to do, and this fantasy element with it honestly adds to that comedic moment that it has now and then as well. It just makes me have to murder my critical side and cause an internal war within myself, because it's so hard for me to justify that it's good. I'll give Maid Dragon a solid B. Now, a good question for you is, what is your all-time favorite moe? I explained what a moe is, which is like cute characters doing cute things. For me, it is 100% Ouran High School Host Club, which is hilarious because I'm straight and it's a bunch of guys being moe, so I love the shit out of that show though. So leave your thoughts down below, and if you want to know an anime that did make me have a lot of good critical points to address, then you should check out my Your Name review, in which I really break that down, because there's a lot of good points that I had to address in that, as well as some more content for you to watch. And if you're a veteran, consider supporting me on Patreon. It really makes this channel possible, and if it's your first time here, check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing, in which I encourage you every week, as of right now as well, to be geek, be proud, be awesome. Thanks for watching. Catch you in another video.